In this video, we're going to break down the grand finals match of NA East Tribe versus Untamable Beast. Let's go. All right, hopping into the first set of the grand finals. Now, guys, if we win this match, we will be up not only $8,000, which is the first place prize, and we will also be first place on the leaderboard for NA East. So this match means actually so much. So you can see the draft already played out. We have 8-Bit, Stu, and Carl versus Janet, Spike, and Bell. Now, honestly, they have two pretty decent matchups. Our biggest advantage here is going to be the Carl. So the player to watch on our team is going to be as Livy, and for them, it's going to be basically Second and Alec on the Janet and the Bell. Those are the two playmakers for them. But either way, we're already set up pretty decent. We have the 8-Bit turret. Now, mistake number one, I think, from our side is going to be that we placed the 8-Bit turret a little too high up. And the problem is it's going to take a little bit longer to get another turret. And you can see the Bell mines are already in the mid. Now, the problem with that is if Zuan ever walks up to grab a gem, gets hit by a Bell mine, he won't be able to TP back because he doesn't have the turret available right now. So small mistake, but it could cost us. But luckily we know that, and Zuan is a very smart player. He's not going to push up too far, or at least he knows where those Bell mines are at least close to. Anyway, so as Livy goes in, does have super ready to make a play, trying to stay alive as long as possible. And again, once Tyrant gets this kill onto Alec, Tyrant's going to push up as Livy grabs one onto Toonie, and we're actually looking really good as Second is the only person left standing. Zuan wants to grab this gem. No, there's Bell mines, has to be careful, does TP away. We grab the kill onto Alec, and again, they're pushed up into this top right corner. So this is looking so good. As Toonie goes down, there's basically nothing stopping for Zuan from grabbing this gem. He needs one more, picks it up, and does have a TP ready to go. There's really no way that they come back inside this game, so we're gonna win the first one pretty cleanly. Let's hop into the next. All right, game number 2, and I'm gonna spoil it. This one is going to be much closer, and they also kind of predict the matchups. Are you gonna see they're gonna try to switch? They want to go Toonie onto Tyrant, and they also want to go Janet onto Carl. However, we didn't quite punish them enough, in my opinion, when they were trying to switch. We could have got a lot of pressure, but either way, Zuan gets an early turret, which helps so much. As Livy gets a kill onto Alec, but is put in a pretty tough spot trying to stay alive versus Second. Tyrant's doing his best versus Spike, which is a pretty tough matchup. But again, we have the pressure, we have the aggro brawlers, but they do a good job of taking us out right there. Puts Zuan in a pretty tough spot, dropping the gems actually. So here, not looking good for us. Alec was probably really close to fly, trying to grab those gems and fly out, but he didn't quite get it off. And that was honestly a huge relief. If he grabs those gems, we might just lose that game completely. As Livy goes in though, Zuan does have a turret in the back. He's trying to make a play. I think he just goes down, unfortunately. So not looking great for us. Again, the trap's out in the mid. He has all three. Zuan has to TP, and I think he only has one more TP left. So keep in mind that he's not going to be able to TP much more. We grab a kill on Alec in the back, but they also clean up Tyrant. So again, kind of just an even trade. They do have the gem count, which is so important, especially on this map. But either way, again, so far stalemate. Nothing is really going on here. We're going to try to play aggressive. Second goes extremely low. This is an opportunity for Livy to go in. He does a beautiful shot and also spins to do a lot of damage onto Alec, making him go airborne. Tyrant's trying to play aggressive. Livy's trying to play aggressive. And again, we have to play aggressive. We had no control of the gem count. They were winning the gem count, so we had to do what we had to do. And now all we need is one more gem. But keep in mind, I said no more TPs. He can't go for that gem. He has to back up. So if Tyrant and his Livy could have stayed alive just a hair longer, the game would have been over, but it was too hard for them to stay alive. Now at this point, we have to come back. It's not looking great. They have full control. They have everything they want right now. They even have the gem count, but look at his Livy playing aggressive exactly like he has to do. Tyrant actually goes down, but his Livy's in such a good spot. They can't really pick up this gem. As Livy goes super, grabs the gem, evens out the countdown. Make sure they can't pick up that gem and the game. Second goes literally 24 HP. So sad. If he almost dies there, I think the game would have been over. As Livy's trying to make a play here onto Alec. Tyrant also pops off here, I believe, gets a kill onto Toonie, and that basically solidifies the game. Huge kill. Second goes in for a desperation play, and we grab the win. First set, let's go to the next. All right, hopping into the next set on Gold Arm Gulch. Now, Knockout is a pretty boring mode, and you'll see that we skip right to the action. As Livy trapped around the smoke, this is, again, chaotic. Gets one before he goes down. Tyrant goes in. If Zuan hits that, he wins the round. Very good attempt. I love that he went for it. Could have worked out. It didn't quite work out, but either way, they are going to win the first round of Knockout. And again, so we skipped a little bit. Nothing really happens, honestly, until about the smoke comes in. No one really made any mistakes. And again, that's kind of the name of the game in Knockout. If you make a mistake, you punish them for it. But either way, we have a really good last minute push. You'll see Zuan unfortunately try to cancel his supers backwards, but somehow as Livy hits a bunch of shots, gets a lot of damage, and we do clutch out that round, thankfully. A little bit of messy, but you know what? It worked out anyway. So we got that that win. Okay, so round 3, again, basically Smoke's about to come in right about now. This is where, again, it gets a little bit chaotic. So you can see Tyrant's in a pretty bad spot, gets hit by the Smoke, goes into the Jackie form, trying his best to get some damage, does get a little bit of shots. This beautiful Grom Bomb with a beautiful Mandy Super on the Sprout clutches us up that win. I don't think we should have won that, but again, super well played by the team. Let's get into the next round. All right, here we go. Game 2. Again, nothing happens really till the Smoke comes in. We are just charging supers. That's the name of the game in Knockout, unfortunately. I wish it was a little bit more fast-paced, but it is what it is. You can see that they're pushing up, though. But a beautiful Grom shots from Livy, plus a Grom Bomb, and Tyrant finishes off second. We actually grabbed this round. Now, watch this. This was honestly great heads-up play by Zulon. You're gonna see he's going on the right side right now. He does have Mandy Super, and they're stacked. Watch as he hits this beautiful Mandy Super onto 2 of them, has another one, goes for it, they split up, and he grabs the Sprout. Now, honestly, when it's a 2v3 and Knockout like this, it's very unlikely that they actually win the round. They do have a Ghost trying their best to keep Alec alive, but Alec goes down. Well, actually, Tyrant almost goes down, so they almost clutched this. Or at least they almost had a shot, but it is a 1v3 versus second. Second dodges for quite actually a long time, but he does eventually go down, spoiling it a little bit. You can see he tries his best, skipping forward. He goes down for a little bit later. Yeah, goes down. We win the Knockout set. Let's get to the next. Here we go, hopping into Brawl Ball. Now, this one is much faster paced and a lot more chaotic. You can see Zulon going in. Basically, he's trying to charge super, and you charge super by just getting hit. Maybe could have played a little bit slower, but either way, he's starting to get closer to super. As long as Tyrant and his Livy can defend, it's not a big deal, but second survives on just a little bit of HP. Zulon gets slowed by the Squeak, and Toonie is going to probably be able to score this. I don't think Tyrant can defend this, unfortunately. They grab the first goal, and honestly, they do have a very good comp. They have Squeak and Rosa that they picked at the same time in the draft that actually threw us off pretty hard, and then we were forced to kind of play a Primo that, you know, we're not super familiar with. We're getting better at it, but again, yeah, putting us in a pretty tough spot. Zulon goes for the jump, does unfortunately not land, but gets a Squeak anyway, I believe, does go down, but he gets super back, so not the end of the world. Tyrant again pushing up against second of them. This is looking like a really good opportunity to score, actually, but they do able to defend, and we still have good position now, though. Luckily, we have a Primo Super ready to go. We're actually looking really good inside this game. Zulon jumps Toonie, trying his best to get a lot of damage onto Toonie, going down. Fortunately goes down, but has another super ready to go, and that's kind of what Primo's job is. They do grab a kill onto Alec. They're gonna go for this play onto second, try to grab a goal, but not gonna be able to do it. Toonie respawns in time. Tyrant gets a nice super pass to his Livy. This is a beautiful team play. He passes it back knowing that he could die, but Primo has too much HP. Zulon's not BMing here. He's just charging his super. A lot of people were like, why is he BMing? Not BMing, just charging super. But either way, we got the first, or we actually tied up the game, excuse me. Zulon goes in. Toonie gets stuck to the wall, so it actually works out pretty good for him. He's trying his best to throw him. Toonie does get the advantage there, does kill Zulon, but Zulon, I believe, has one more super. This gets pretty close. I think they could have went for this goal a little bit earlier. They do miss. Zulon grabs it, and this is getting chaotic. Zulon now has super, grabs the kill onto Toonie, actually goes up, gets a kill onto second, and I actually think he even cleans up the third onto Alex. So now, full control, 20 seconds left. This is looking so good for us. We have speed, we have Primo jump, everything we actually want inside this game. We should not be able to throw this. Zulon jumps in, grabs a lot of damage onto Toonie, does go down, but beautiful heads-up play by his Livy and Tyrant. Grab the goal, giving us the first game of Sneaky. All right, hopping into game number 2. Similar story to the other game's start. They do get the advantage right off the bat. Again, Primo has a hard time at the start of these games, and they have everything they want. Toonie's in position, they have Squeak, they have Beat. It's a really toxic comp to play against once you're put in the corner like this. Alec actually grabs that ball. We don't get it in the corner, and they score the first goal, which is basically what's going to happen almost all the time. Now, we do have a Primo Super. Again, that's basically our win condition. Primo Supers, possibly max speeds. Zulon's ready to go in, but again, B is also really annoying against Primo. He has 3K all the time. Zulon's going to throw Toonie. Again, the matchup gets a little bit weird. Zulon does get the better end of this, but there's only 2 of them alive, and they still have full control. Squeak Super coming out. Alec does go down, though. It kind of went a little too early, and he actually kills his Livy here, which is kind of toxic, but Zulon has a heads-up play here with Primo. He goes in, he knows Alec is not quite ready to catch this ball, and he just squeaks in a goal. So huge heads-up play by Zulon. Evens out the game, but again, this is going to be tough. We have no more Primo Super. He also didn't get any of it back, but he got a goal in return, so definitely worth. Just sucks that he's not even really close to another one. Toonie's gonna push the advantage here, knowing that Toonie has a huge advantage with Super. Gets a lot of damage onto Zulon. They have full control. This is looking really tough. Zulon's trying his best. He throws Toonie. Unfortunately, throws it onto Tyrant, trying to clutch it up, but you know, we're gonna lose that game. Well played to them. Let's get to the next one. All right, here we go. Game 3. Similar story. They have so many slows with the Squeak Super, with the Rosa slow, and they get everything they want at the start of the game. This is what happened every single game. This one might have been their cleanest one. They grabbed the first goal, and it's whether or not we can come back. So, you know, we had a little bit of mistakes in the draft, I would say here. I think they have the draft 100%, but it's still winnable. We saw that we won a game, and you saw that it is definitely still winnable, but they have a lot of control. As Livy's trying to clutch up this mid, does get 3K'd unfortunately, and once he goes down, this is starting to get a little bit chaotic. You can see Zuan's trying his best to kill Toonie, but Alec just grabs the goal, ends the game, and we lose the set, meaning we got to go do another 4th set in hot zone. All right, here we go into the 4th set, potentially the last if we do win it. And honestly, I like her comp quite a bit here, and you can see as Livy pops off right now. He gets a kill onto Crow right off the bat, and this is honestly a pretty decent skill matchup versus Bell v B. Most would say it's probably a little bit in favor of Bell, but again, it's very, very close. Go either way, to be honest, but as Livy is one of the best Bs in the world, and he actually taps a ton. Now, we actually grab a huge advantage right at the start. He also grabs another kill onto Alec, and Toonie should go down here, but he stays alive for a good amount of time, also taking out Zuan. But we have a solid lead, about 30%. Iron's also tapping up Alec, but Second has control and starts to place some mines. So not a great scenario for us right now. The turret also comes out. That becomes problematic, but Alec goes down. They also grab a kill onto Second. Zuan goes airborne. Actually, I wish he stayed on the ground a little bit, but it doesn't really matter as Livy grabs the kill, but goes down to the trap. And at this point, again, we're trying to hold the control, but the turret becomes very, very problematic. As Zuan's trying his best to hold up top, they do able to kill him here, I believe. Toonie goes really, really low, has another turret, so even if we take out that turret, it's going to stay alive. They get a kill onto Alex. Second grabs a kill onto Tyrant. As Livy's trying his best to stay alive, taps his Second. Zuan flies in. And again, this is an extremely close game right now. All I can say is this is so chaotic. As Livy grabs another kill onto Alec. Again, we have the control finally, but this turret is just causing so many problems. One of the main reasons why Penny is just so good right now, they do switch the matchups, which is actually pretty good for them. I would say that it's a little bit harder now that Penny has no gadgets. You can see Penny walks up. We're able to get that kill, but again, it's so close. Luckily, we have the Lose Super to stop them from grabbing time. Tyrant again versus the Bell is a pretty tough matchup, but he does a wonderful job. Zuan flies in, I believe actually takes out Alec here, or actually no, he lands and doesn't get any shots off. I think he just like misclicked. I forget what he said in VC. He said something, it just didn't quite work out for him, but either way, now we have to try to regain control. Pretty tough to do as, you know, Toonie's in a really good spot. Toonie grabs one, Alec grabs another. Tyrant is the last person standing. I believe he actually gets the kill onto Toonie, has a super, keeps him off the zone. So this is still winnable. Alec goes extremely low. We need to kill Alec. Huge clutch from Tyrant. We have to walk in here. Zuan has to walk up. He's playing a little bit too patient. Doesn't want to get hit by the Bell traps or the Bell mine or Bell bounce, excuse me. Tyrant tries to walk in just a little bit too late. We go airborne, but it's too late. They grab the win. Very close game though, and a couple little misplays, but we're going to clean that up hopefully in the next one. So let's hop into it. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Again, not the start we wanted, but you can see that Penny is going to be versus B, and Lou is going to be versus Bell. Now, honestly, they have the matchups they want. B versus Penny, pretty tough for B, and also Bell v Lou, pretty tough for Lou. But the only matchup that we have, and I would say that's in our favor, is the Janet mid versus Crow. It's pretty tough for Crow to win the matchup. It's not that hard for Crow to like hold it, but either way, Zuan grabs a kill onto Penny, so that's a huge kill. We finally start to get back a little bit of control. You're going to see Zuan pushes up every opportunity he gets. That way he can kind of place a turret, but unfortunately, he's pretty low. Got to heal up, and now we're put in a pretty bad spot. We don't want to get splashed by the Penny. Tyrant's doing his best again versus the Bell matchup. That's not easy. Huge shot from Livy, and at this point, we have control. One of them goes down. Unfortunately, the Bell bounce really kind of puts Zuan in a tough spot. They pinch him instantly. There goes our control just like that from a couple nice shots from them. Livy hits a couple nice shots again, and again, this is just a fiesta of a match, honestly. If I had to say so myself, I think this is just back and forth. Teams, you know, grueling it out, hitting shot for shot. Tyrant gets a nice super in. This is a good scenario for us. We do actually take out this Penny turret really quickly. That means no 4th player. Now, Toonie pushes up, catches Livy off guard. Huge play by him, kind of cleans up and gets control for their team, and they still have Crow slows. There's the other turret. So huge play by Toonie, honestly, to keep him alive inside this game. Now the turret's going to be pretty tough, but they don't have any more penny barrels, which is actually going to make Livy's matchup so much easier. But we are still losing this game. Tyrant again trying his best, gets the Lu super, gonna make it so Zulon can just grab some time pretty freely here. There's nothing really they can do to stop Zulon. You're gonna see Crow's gonna walk into the side, kind of forced to, but gets pretty low by doing so. Again, Tyrant against, you know, the Bell, just kind of a back and forth matchup. As Zulon walks in, gets a bunch of shots and goes airborne. Pretty nice play from him. Toonie gets one tapped, gonna land on him, gets the kill, and I believe we clean up all the kills in the back, but we're not really holding control. The Bell Mine stops Zulon's healing. The turret is gonna stop everything really. It's just so annoying to deal with. But again, we're actually in the lead. So 30 seconds left. Here it comes down to nice 3K from his Livy. We also tap up Alec in the mid. Alec pushes up, forced to kind of goes down. Toonie's kind of low here. Tyrant's making a nice bunch of plays. Second is extremely low. All we need is one kill. Tyrant grabs it, grabs the Lu super, and that is going to be the game. Nicely done. Nicely done by everyone to, you know, kind of clutch up in the end. So if we win this next game, we win. Let's hop into it. All right, here we go. Possibly the final game of the match, the series, everything you want to know, and beautiful 3K to start off the match. Now, here, I wish Zulon played a little more aggressive. Alec was 100 HP. Don't mind this, though. He grabs a lot of free time just because Alec got 3K'd, and Alec pushes up again. Alec gets extremely low, and you'll see Zulon grabs a bunch more time. So I don't mind this play by playing passive. I do like the aggressive style as well, but we grab a kill onto Toonie. Here's another opportunity to go aggressive, but is Livy's going to be the one to do it? I like this play since Livy had an open lane, goes for the aggressive play, almost grabs the kill onto Alec, and here we go, 40% to 10%. This is the best lead you could ask for. You can see that they're going to start to get a little bit desperate. They want to grab some time back right about now. Toonie's going to go extremely low, but we grab that kill. Zulon's going to punish Alec for walking up, and honestly, this is the best case scenario. Right now, Tyrant has a super on the right side. They can't really walk up. We're just grabbing more time, and this is the best start we had yet, and honestly, it's looking really good. Toonie actually misplaced the turret. Feels bad, and honestly, he played really well the entire series. Don't want to, you know, just point out that one mistake, but we are looking so good. I mean, 75 to 25, they kind of know it. They're going to make desperate plays. You see Toonie go walk up, trying to make a play by himself. Second goes down. That's the game, guys. I mean, Crow jumps in, 9% left. That means we are going to win the monthly finals. We're going to be first place on the leaderboards. Nicely done from the team, and it feels good to get the win. And there you go. We are the March monthly final winners, and that means we're back on top. We're on the first place on the leaderboard just by about 20 points. Not a very great lead, but we also secured $8,000. If you guys enjoy the pro games, let me know in the comments down below what game you want to see next. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.